Hello, everyone. Today I wanted to share with you something about many of us experience but don't ever really discuss presentation anxiety. Something about me not a lot of people know is that I was born with a severe anxiety disorder that I've had to overcome throughout all my years. However, one area I could never get under control was public speaking. Whenever I had to give a speech or presentation in front of other people, I react in ways I can't always control. I remember once in my yearbook class, I had to present a photography project that I had worked on all semester. However, as soon as I stepped in front of my class, my heart started racing, my hands were sweaty, and I even froze for a few seconds. This moment had shown me how truly powerful the flight, fight, or freeze response can be. When I even think about presenting, my body reacts in such extreme ways. Sometimes my heart races, my hands get sweaty, and I can become extremely tense, which is the fight response. Other times, I just don't even want to do the presentation, which is the flight response. And even on occasion, I go completely blank and just stand there frozen, which is the classic and probably most known in public speaking as the freeze response. During that photography presentation, I unfortunately experienced all three. I felt like I wanted to walk away from the front of the classroom. My hands were shaking, and for a moment, I couldn't even remember the speech I had worked weeks on. All of this is connected to the psychological process of adrenaline going through the body when it is faced with stress. Over the years, I've learned a method that works the best for me, the deep breathing and grounding method. I use it by first initially deep breathing through my nose for a few counts, making sure I fill my lungs completely. Then I'll hold that same breath for 4 counts, giving myself a moment to pause and think. Third and finally, I'll exhale slowly through my mouth for 6 counts, releasing all of the tension in my body. And finally, I repeat this cycle for 3 to 5 times or until I feel calm enough to speak. And I will even combine it with the grounding method by pressing my feet into the floor or gently pushing my hands together. Using this technique helps slow my heart rate and reduces the rush of adrenaline moving through my body. And it helps my mind get out of the fight, flight, or freeze state and into a calmer, controlled space. It also helps my focus, allowing me to stay aware of what I'm speaking on, focus on what I'm speaking on instead of my nerves. When I'm presenting online, I focus on the camera and I try to imagine one supporting person in my life. While in in-person settings, I try to keep good posture, eye contact, and grounding to stay present in the moment and keep my confidence. After practicing this technique, I have noticed the presentations are starting to feel less like a challenge and much more of a privilege. In conclusion, presentation anxiety is a completely natural thing that most everyone suffers with, and our bodies are wired to react with a fight, flight, or freeze response. By using tools I've learned to change that anxiety into an energy that will help support my delivery. Becoming aware of these reactions and practicing anxiety management lets me speak with the confidence and control I always wish I had. Thank you so much for your time.